Hey, we're the Barr brothers, and you're watching Kink Live in the Bing Lounge.
What a big, beautiful sound from the Barr brothers. Want to take a few moments? Brad Barr,
Yep.
Would you mind introducing the band?
With pleasure. This is Sarah Page on the harp. Miles Perkin on the bass. My brother Andrew Barr on the drums. And Andreas Vial on the pump organ and the piano.
All right. Again, we thank you guys for being here. Welcome to Portland. You, the brothers, are originally from the New England area. So can you just give folks kind of the background how you went from New England to Montreal?
Sure. The long version or the short version?
The middle.
Middle? Well, yeah, Andrew and I grew up in Providence, Rhode Island, and we were touring with our old band called The Slip. Yep. That's Noah, right? Then around 2004, we were playing a club up there, which actually caught fire during our last song, and everybody emptied out onto the street, and it was raining outside. I think it was there that Andrew gave this nice girl his jacket, and they kept in touch, and she became actually his wife and our manager.
Still has my jacket.
You never got the jacket back.
So yeah, shortly thereafter, I came up with him. I moved myself and had the good fortune of moving into this house where my neighbor, next door neighbor, was a harp player, and I used to hear her playing through my bedroom wall all the time. And finally got the nerve to go introduce myself, and it became my friend Sarah here, who was on the other side of the wall, and that's how this band. And Andy joined. Miles was always around and playing. We're really lucky to have him. He's one of the original members who moved to Berlin a little while ago, but he's around for this tour, thankfully.
That sounds like a lot of things that were just sort of signs and almost meant to be. If you had a fire on your last song and you hear the harp through the door, so that sounds like it was meant to be.
Yeah, I did try not to force too much in life, but when things happen, try and make the most of them.
So we cut to the present, and you guys come to town for Pickathon this weekend. Now you were just flipping through the city paper, which has some of the picks of the thon, and you guys are one of the picks to see, along with some of the artists there. Can you talk about what you're looking forward to with something like Pickathon?
We did it, was it last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago, and it was just an awesome experience, one of the best festivals as far as the layout, the creative energy put into it, the curating, all the different bands that are playing. It's one of the highlight festivals for us of the year. And I guess this year we're looking forward to, seeing some stuff we've never seen before. Seeing our good friend Marco Benevento, who we haven't seen in a long time. Obviously the Flaming Lips and the War on Drugs, and also just hanging out on that site. It seems like one of the more sort of forward-thinking festivals that we've ever done.
It really is, yeah. Once the lineup kind of came together, it was pretty jaw-dropping. Yeah. So you guys were just doing festival, I believe, in the UK, and now you're back in the States, and it is sort of summer festival season. I know bands sometimes kind of love and hate that. What's your feelings on the summer festival circuit?
Well, we love doing them as long as all our gear works and makes it through customs and. A band like this, it's not sort of plug in and play. It always takes a little more time to set this whole thing up, as you could probably imagine. So sometimes you get rushed on stage and have to start before even everything is plugged in. That's kind of the only downside to doing festivals, just not being ready when they say go, but. Somehow it always ends up working out. It always ends up worth it. And you get off stage and you're like, well, I didn't have the whatever doohickey, but it didn't really matter. And
then you take that and you just add it to the next one. So
you
new music.
Lose the doohickey for the next show.
Cut the doohickey.
Okay.
We were chatting for a quick second. You guys have a new record coming very, very soon, October 7th, I believe.
Yep.
It's called?
It's called Sleeping Operator. We spent just about a year making it, and yeah, couldn't be happier with it. Very excited for it to come out. October seems like a long way off, actually. Still,
it does, but it'll be here right before we know it. So, one last thing. I wonder if there's who's the tweeter of the band? Do you have somebody that's sort of the designated social media maven?
Who was supposed to do that? Whose job is that?
I'm not calling you out for not having tweeted. I just wonder if there's someone who's on the bus just
probably
constantly.
Megan, who the aforementioned waitress who still has his coat. She would probably be the tweeter. I've actually never tweeted in my life.
I tweeted yesterday for the first time. Felt really good.
It does.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we were flying by Mount Hood right at sunset. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Nice.
So we took a shot of it with the wing in the air and said we're coming to Oregon. Great tweet, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that sets the stage to continue on. We're so glad to have you. We look forward to seeing you at Pickathon. So without further ado, let's hear more music from the Barr Brothers.